Welcome to a new episode of Downtime with DX. Sorry for the week interval, but I kind of had a family emergency that I had to be attended, and it happened right before the recording of last week. So again, my apologies of skipping a week, but it it was kind of they really forced my hand, so it couldn't be helped. But for this week,
Mm.
we are going to make up for last week as well. So let's just get to the show, shall we? So this time around, I am joined by Derek on the top right. On the bottom left, it's Marberry, and on the bottom right, it's Mette. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you.
So it's been about 2 weeks. So anything on your mind?
Seems
uh,
like lots are on our
yeah,
minds.
seems like it. So shall we start in Thailand then? So I think I heard a line going off on someone's phone.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My it's work. I don't know how to mute it. It's on my computer. I have no idea how to mute it. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's
I'm trying
okay.
to tell them, leave me go. Like I'm telling them like leave me alone right now, but they won't listen.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
almost wanted to check my own line actually, so it's okay. It's all good.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I'm stupid.
Okay. So Mette, wanna go for it with Thailand? Something really got
So,
released over there.
yeah, Melon Juice, the MV is finally out. And I really like it. Oh, it was such a fun MV to watch, and CGM's just really growing on me lately. I've been really following more of their members,
Hmm.
and they had a handshake event recently. They're doing a handshake event in November, and they're just super adorable on screen.
So is the if we're something I held? Oh,
I dropped something. Sorry.
it's okay. It's okay. So going by the MV, since the song is pretty much the same as HKT's Melon Juice, anything that's stood out from the MV for Chiang Mai?
I think the street fashion perspective of it stood out because HKT is like a straight concert MV,
Yeah.
but at this point they put them in different sections in Chiang Mai, so it's in the city
Oh, nice.
and in different types of fashion. Doing well, some of them are walking, some of them are having fun, and yes, they're drinking melon juice and
Of course.
eating melon because they have to. And yeah, it's a really fun MV, and well, I really like the concert parts of it, where you get to see the girls being on stage, getting to see the fans, and just that feeling that hype of that song.
Awesome. I've watched it myself, and there were some similarities with the HKT version, but the
Yeah,
concept part is a bit different because in the HKT version it was more of a round podium, I would say, and in the Chiang
yeah.
Mai version it was the standard old podium. And to be quite honest, I really liked the street part of it as well because it really gave me a glimpse into what Chiang Mai is about as a town for a bit. I
Yeah, I want to
kind of
go
want
there
to
now.
visit both Chiang Mai and Bangkok in the future because it's been on the bucket list for a while now. So it really is nice to have some perspective of what to expect, basically. Derek, how did you like the MV?
I didn't see it. I didn't even know it was out. I'm sorry. Like if I'd known, I would have watched it. I had no idea. But I'm just from what you guys said, I immediately want to go watch it. And if it has anything to do with Thai culture, I mean, I think I've said it many times before. Like I think that's BNK's one of their biggest strengths is to highlight Thai culture. So they should do that. So I
Yeah,
think that would be really incredible.
gotcha.
So I'm
And
gonna watch it.
Marberry, your thoughts?
Oh, I really liked it. Like there were some flaws that I'll like touch on later, but overall, oh, I loved it. The concert scenes were just beautifully shot. Like everything was right. It looked beautiful. It looked like happy. It looked hyped. It looked perfect. And then like all the outfits the girls were wearing were absolutely stunning. They were all unique. They were all different vibes, different styles. They were all interesting to look at. Like even like the places they were in, they were interesting. They were different. Like there was a really clear concept for each of them, which was just amazing.
Hmm.
I think like me and Meta were talking before. I
Yeah.
think I fell in love with the member Milk,
Oh.
who is now my
Hey,
child.
Hey.
I am going to adopt her. She's mine now. That's just how it is. But like for the criticism, there is only one, and it's that the camera angle was always from like below. Like I would have liked like a few shots to be like from a bit higher, but that's literally it. Otherwise, I loved it.
So, but Milk, is she a single person or does she has a best friend she always hangs out with? Mette? Got some info about her?
Well, Milk is one of the curious members of CGM, and she plays the guitar, and Milk is joined at the hip with Punch occasionally.
Oh wow.
So Isurina has called them in Nakomiku of CGM,
Oh nice.
the Milk Punch.
Nice.
And just find a picture of those two girls standing next to each other, and it's the most adorable thing ever.
Oh wow. So they rival Nakomiku in terms of the.
Well, not yet, but I think maybe one day, and I could see those two
Oh my
getting
God,
a
I just-
unit.
Huh?
I just googled it. Oh my God.
I got another one to my side. Yes.
Oh wow. But this wasn't the only thing that released from Thailand, am I correct? Because I think there was some sort of teaser released. Nothing?
Yeah, LYRA was posted their vanilla teaser today, and it's. I'm looking forward to it. You know, LYRA has the girl crush from LYRA, the song, and then I think this is going to be something more. I don't know what the word for it might be. Softer, more ballad-like, but with
Okay.
maybe an EDM vibe.
Oh, EDM.
And I'm excited for it to see something completely 180 from what we already saw.
Okay, looking forward. Maru, did you happen to watch it?
Yes, I watched it, and like I didn't like Lyra much, but this, like at least from the teaser, it sounds like it's right up my alley. I'm a sucker for ballads. Like
Oh,
even the most bog-wash standard ballad, I will eat it up. I love them. And like this sounds like an EDM ballad, which is like another soft spot of my, like a soft spot within the soft spot, so to say. So I'm really excited for it. I really hope it lives up to my expectations because
ooh,
I really want to hear it now.
nice. Derek, your thoughts or about the impressions you've heard? Anything you want to see or you
I
hope
mean,
to see?
again, I've been completely out of the loop. Unless like you guys send me this stuff, I don't even know it exists. I'm so sorry. It's just my life's been so crazy with the stuff that I'm doing here. It's hard to watch these, and I hate to be like that guy here and not contribute. But I will say this: I'm not really into ballads overall with idols. They're my least favorite things that idols put out.
Huh?
I'm really a huge fan of like the girl crush stuff or anything that hits hard or something quirky. Quirky videos can sometimes be really good, or songs can be really fun. But if it's not like that, then I'm not really, like ballads just never do it for me. I don't think I can't even think of like a single ballad maybe I like, except maybe I don't know. Does Sakura no Hana Biritachi count as a ballad?
No.
Not really, to be
Not really,
honest.
right?
No?
Kind of close-ish, kind. That's about as best as I can get as far as having feelings for something like that. So
Mm.
No
Gotcha.
taste at all. No taste.
Oh,
says somebody who likes a cover of a group that plagiarized another group.
uh-oh.
I do not care.
Ooh.
I
Ooh.
don't care.
We'll go into that later. We'll go into that later. Easy. Bit of patience, please. No, going back to Lyra, the first teaser I heard, it seemed like it's going to be a bit slower than the first single, to be quite honest. And there was a bit of EDM, but I'm still a bit on the fence whether I like it or not. In this case, I would, for me personally, it's more like I have to wait till the full MV has been released before giving a
Friday.
judgment. Yeah, because I don't want to say anything yet of my expectations, and then the full MV release and it's something completely different. So I'm going to be a bit more on the fence on this one. But well, since it's already been mentioned, Sakurazaka has released the first jackets for their first single, Nobody's Fault. So
Yes,
take it
they
away,
have.
Maru. You go first, Maru. Go for it.
before Derek says anything, I'm just gonna say I love them from the bottom of my heart. They are the best thing to ever exist. Nothing can ever make me not like them. They single-handedly made me go from iffy about Sakurazaka to, oh, I get this now. I can be into this. They are perfect, and nothing Derek can say will ever change that.
So, what do the covers look like for the ones that didn't have the chance to actually find them yet?
It's like this empty room with like wooden floors and all that, and it's like, imagine like a horror concept, like it's like a haunted house almost, and they are all wearing like the white outfits with like the pink at the bottom. Then there's of course the standard one of the covers has like all the centers on it. That's like, I would say, the most boring one of them. Then there is one where there's like 5 of them that have, and then the background there's other members who have like veils over them to make them look like, I don't know, creepy, which is amazing. And then there's one where they are like jumping in a doorway. That's just my favorite. It's beautiful. There is one with garden center that where they are all like spinning, and that's also perfect. And then there's one where Tenchan is standing up and others are all like on her legs and all like, yeah, we love you, like you're, oh, I love them so much. And now Derek is going to just shit all over them, and I ain't.
Before we go to
Your
Derek,
turn.
Mette, your thoughts on the covers?
They look nice. I don't know. I haven't really. They didn't give me the strong emotions that they gave Maria. So yeah, but they look nice.
Yeah, I've got about the same feeling of Meta as well. It's more like the covers look pretty good. It's more like they do the job for Sakurazaka as a first single cover, so
Yeah.
that's okay for me. But I didn't have the strong feelings Maria, so
They set the tone so well. Like from Sakurazaka 46, like I had, that's why I was so iffy. It's like pink sounds like a bit too cute or something like that. And they went and took it like, no, we can have Sakurazaka without being cute, with still having this kind of a unique vibe to it. And I love it.
take it away, Derek. Your thoughts.
I think it's funny because like Maria, you put up this like huge defensive wall at the mere suggestion that I might say something that might be an opposition to her, and she made it. She stated it so much that it's like anything I say at this point is just downplayed because it's like, how can I possibly climb that big defensive wall you put up? But I'm not going. So here's the thing. Um, if these covers existed in a world where there weren't other idol groups, I would say I agree with you 100%, Maria. I think they're beautiful. They're great. For me, the problem is that I could literally send you and show you the exact shots that were taken from another idol group. Kiss Hug
Please
Extreme
do.
is a group. Yeah, Kiss Hug Extreme is like a group that I work with pretty regularly. They're in my documentary. I focus on one of the members in particular, and for their most recent photo shoots, I swear to God, they are in the same exact place. They have the same exact shots, and it's because here's the thing though, in Japan, there's a couple different places where groups go to like film MVs or do photo shoots. For example,
Yeah, that's not, yeah.
that's like pretty normal here because
Yeah.
Japan is Tokyo. The area, it's big, but it's
To be,
not when it comes to where
to
you
be
go.
honest, I think that's normal quite everywhere, because like everybody knows what's the scenic places, what are the like,
Yeah, true.
better looking places. Like I think that's the same everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, so in that sense, I'm just being a little. I was teasing you. I mean, I'm being a little hard on them. The reality is that it just I can't see that without seeing my friends, like the people I work with, because it's like that's, and also too, it's like I guess I expect more from a major group when they have maybe the money, the group, like the town, like the major level, that they're not going down to the Chica world and like sniping somebody else's concept. And I really honestly feel that's what happened. I feel like I've seen more and more of the major people, like from the major idol groups, come down into the Chica world because they don't have enough work in the major world now. And as a result, I'm guaranteeing you they're getting inspired by the Chica world and they're bringing that up to the major. Now, again, nothing wrong with that if you pay the proper respect and tribute. but I'm literally I'm not kidding you when I say it's exactly what Kiss Hug has done recently, and also even it kind of throws back to some of the other shots Kiss Hug has done with like even the posing and stuff for when they were an earlier like their earlier formations with like the way they're lined up, even their outfit. And so it just kind of made me think like I'm not really down with that. Just because like again, groups like on the major level, like if you're gonna snipe somebody in the Chica world, at least give some credit. Then okay, whatever, that's cool. But like they didn't, and I guarantee you, one of their staff was down in the Chica dumps and saw was trolling around, probably went to a Kiss Hug show and was like, oh, this group's cool. Went on Twitter, saw what they have, got their stuff, and was like, yeah, we're gonna use that. And I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like I just finished, Miho's first song, and
Uh-huh.
the songwriter for her is, one of the songwriters for NoAKBNoLife. I definitely sniped the crap out of Nogi's sound, but guess what? I made it my own. So it's like there's a particular element to the song that's very much who I am. So while I took their idea, I built upon it. Now, see, to me, creatively, that's okay. If you take an idea and you build on something, that's actually kind of respectful. And also, there's like an old saying that says, somebody said once, if you want to see in the future, you have to stand on the shoulders of those that came before you. And so that's always my philosophy. If you're gonna be creative about something and you're gonna use somebody else's creative idea, do something new with it to make it more creative and make it original. And I don't really know if they did that, but at the same time, it's just a cover. Like at the end of the day, what matters to me more is the music. You
Exactly.
know?
Well, yeah. Well, I will want, like, if you can, please do send me like those like that those same pictures to me, like that you
Sure.
were talking about. But like, I will also have to say, like, even if it is copied, which I'm not going to say it because I haven't seen like what you claim it's copied from.
Hmm.
I I physically cannot bring myself to care.
Well,
Like,
I mean, it's
I know,
fine.
like, to a,
You know,
yeah, it's like I know to a point. It's like to the artist, and it's like it's like kind of disrespectful maybe to the artist, and it's like kind of I get like why it's wrong, but at the same time, it's like it suits them so well. I cannot
yeah, no,
like fault them.
I mean, as a fan, I can understand a fan wouldn't care at all about that, and it's fine. And on top of that, like I also feel like, I don't think they meant any disrespect. I really don't. I
Of
think
course not.
it's more
And
like
even if it is copied, then it's more like most likely that there was just one guy who like thought of it, and then it was like nobody else was even aware that this was a thing somebody else did.
Exactly. And then on top of that, it's how do I put it? I feel like again, they probably went to the same place the Kiss Hugget went to do the photo shoot because there are like I was starting to say like there's this one place a lot of groups go to shoot MVs. It's like this like a weird abandoned warehouse thing and like the old lady baby when they used to have lady beard like they shot there. Necroma did their Scions promotion poster there. I was there. I was there and well, that whole day when we tied the girls up with what is the red rope, the shibari, or I can't remember what it's called. Shibori, shibari. And we tied them up to poles and stuff, and like took crazy pictures, and that became like their front cover of or I'm sorry the back cover of Scions, and then like we did that as like a promo poster or something. I can't remember. But anyways, like that place is so famously been used over and over and over again. So I guess in that sense, I'm just thinking, wow, you guys are like so huge and you want to really start new. I mean, I guess they accomplished that. It's definitely a different vibe, a different look.
Yep.
So I guess at the end of the day, that's what matters.
That's true. Staying with the Sakamichi Group series, apparently there a new project has started, which involves the young generations of all Sakamichi groups. So Nogisaka 4th Gen, let's see, did I correct that correctly? Yeah, Sakurazaka 2nd Gen and Hinatasaka 3rd Gen. It basically involves a website, Yanmaga, and they will feature a graveyard shoot from one person, from one member of the new generation on their website. Basically, it's basically a showcase of the new generations of the Sakamichi groups and getting the public, letting the public get to know them a bit better. So to be quite honest, I think a project like this is definitely helping for the new generation because sometimes it might be hard to make a name for yourself, and if you have an opportunity to just be on a newspaper website or a magazine website and just
Yeah.
showcase yourself, I think it would help in the long run for the new generations. And your thoughts about that?
To be honest, like it's probably a lot more complicated for the Hinata and the Nogi members because like there is like already like so many members before them. Meanwhile, with Sakurazaka and well with Keyakizaka before them, it's like so many of the there was already like quite little first gens there, and now there's even less of them left. So it's like there's no choice but to push the second gens. And like actually one of the new second generations, also Norei, she has been really doing good in variety, and she has like this really good vibe. And like at the handshakes, like we got for the virtual handshakes, we got like the graph, and oh my god, she sold so well. Like I think she sold like almost all of her slots out by like the second round, almost all of them. I think there was like 3 of them that sold out. And meanwhile, the like with the new second gens, like another member sold like 3 slots, and the other 4 sold out no slots. So it was like such a popularity gap, and she wasn't even like really that pushed. She was just her. So it's really amazing, and like yeah, the second gens have been doing really well in Sakurazaka, so that's great.
Nice. Your thoughts, Mette?
Uh, the more chances for people to get known by the fans is better. I don't really follow the newer gens because Nogi for me is always going to be the first and second and the third gen.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, I'm happy for them if this means that they get to establish a new tradition in the group of now we, the new gen, are coming up and we want you to see us for who we are.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Derek, your thoughts?
I mean, I kind of am echoing what Matt said. I don't really have anything different to say other than I agree with that completely. Honestly, I don't know. Whenever you have new fresh blood coming into Idol, it's important to cultivate it and to like make it so that their transition into Idol and staying and all that or whatever is going to be as smooth as possible, if that makes sense. So, yeah.
Gotcha.
That's
Okay.
it. Not for that much help.
Yeah,
Sorry.
true. But yeah, for me, it's more like if it means more exposure for the new generation, I'm all for it. So it's more like I might check them out in my downtime, and since I'm not that familiar with the new gen yet, so it's might be a good possibility for myself to get to know them better actually. So that's my take on it. Going to the 48 group, apparently a new AKB48 cafe is opening, but there is a big catch.
Really?
There's a big catch. It's not in Japan. It's in China. For some, yeah,
Oh.
it's more. Yeah, AKB48 is actually opening their cafe in Xiangxiang, China, on January 1st, 2021. Basically, it's more like, why would they open there and not in Japan? But maybe China is
Wait.
a bit. Yeah, Mary?
Wait, they opened in China or in Thailand?
China.
China.
Oh,
BNK has their own store and cafe.
Yeah, but
why doesn't AKB just like move over to Thailand entirely by this point?
yeah, I have so many questions about this move, to be quite honest, because I'm not sure. It seems a bit weird for me to open a cafe in China whilst all the cafes in Japan have closed down pretty much. So it's more like, what is management thinking about this move? Because I don't quite understand it, but
Maybe it's some beef with
It's just a team
SNH48. I think it's beef with SNH48, and they're like, if they, I don't know if SNH48 has them, but I do assume they have. So
Yeah.
I would think it has something to do with them. It's like we can't be worse than them.
But are they going closer to Team SH? Because they're in Shanghai, aren't they?
no, this is in Xiangxiang, a different town, I
Right,
would
because if
say.
if it was closer to where Team SH is doing their theater shows, then that would make sense to
True.
a certain extent.
I'm not sure if Team SH has their own theater though.
No, well, they're renting a place or because they're doing theater shows now. They're doing Thumbnail somewhere, or they did at least a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, so but it
Well,
still seems like the odd
well,
move though.
maybe like maybe there's just like some really big 48 group fans in that city who was like, hey, I'll fund this if you do this. Like, I'll just throw money at you.
Hmm.
Yeah, Derek, any thoughts
Well,
about this?
I mean, I don't really understand it. I think it's I mean, I guess there might have been the thinking that, well, if we can't have Chinese tourists, come to Japan and flood our cafe there, we'll go to China and open it up for them so they don't have to go anywhere and we can get the money from that. So I don't expect it to last after COVID. I would be very much surprised if it did. I think this is probably a temporary solution to help all the tourists, because I don't know, living here, like anytime you go to the cafe, it's flooded with Chinese tourists always. So it's Chinese or other people from the other parts of Asia.
Huh?
Don't get me wrong, it's Japanese too, but it's a lot of tourists. So it's a good move business wise. I just don't think it makes any sense from a fan perspective, because all you're doing then is you're basically telling the Japanese fans, yeah, sorry, we're gonna go where we can get the money, instead of, hey, we really appreciate your fandom all these years, and even though AKB is not doing so great right now on all levels, we're gonna keep the cafe open for you. I mean, it's a big blow for Akihabara to lose that cafe and the store next to it, and then on top of that, the two stores, if I want to be specific, the one on either side, because there's that little one, and the theater, that the little mini theater that's there. Um, you walk out of Electric Town exit, and it's like what is it, like the Gundam cafe now? It's like
Yeah.
expanded or something.
Hmm.
It's just really weird, and it's also just doesn't feel right. And I just, oh, so now you're gonna open in China, which again, I mean, I'm happy for the Chinese people. Like, I hope they will, I'm hoping they'll have a really good time and populate it and give AKB their money like they did every time they came here. But I don't know. It's just, it's kind. I don't want to say it's a slap in the face to the Japanese fans, but it kind of feels that way to me. But then again, that's just me, probably just being me. I don't even know if the Japanese fans care at this point. I don't know. So who can say?
Yeah, true. So it's more like it felt like a strange move, but now you give me a bit of perspective that the cafe was basically mostly tourists and such. It's more like I guess it made sense because of the travel restriction, but I don't know. It's still on the feeling wise, it doesn't sit well with me to have suddenly a cafe in China instead of the base of AKB48, basically in Japan itself. So I don't
What?
know.
Ye-
It rubs
Yeah.
me the wrong way. So
I
that's
mean,
why.
no, that's what I mean. Like, it's not even about that. I mean, again, like, I'm all about, like, including people all over the world, including China. And a lot of Chinese people come to Japan. They drop a lot of money here, so they're valued in that sense. They contribute to the economy here. Um, Even though I don't particularly appreciate the behavior of a lot of Chinese tourists in Shibuya, just because they're not the nicest people in the world when they come here. At the same time, I don't know, they're on vacation most of the time. Like, I don't know, when I'm on vacation, I don't care about anything. So I have a little bit of sympathy too in that sense. But I do know when they go to these places, they spend a lot of money. And so I think in that regard, at least that's my opinion, that they do. I don't actually know if they do or not, but I feel like they do. I just from observing all the times I've been in the cafe. But I think, it's just kind of, how do I put it? You need to do more for the Japanese fan base here, or else you're going to lose them. Because here, things, trends come and go really fast.
Yeah.
AKB's been able to withstand that quite a bit, but you want a quick way to have a quick death here, don't do,
Yeah.
open up a cafe somewhere else.
Exactly.
You know? I'm just like, wow, really? So I don't know.
Uh,
It's a risky move, I think.
yeah. I'm not sure if the risk is that small either. It's quite to be quite honest, I think it's a big risk, to be quite honest, because basically
Yeah.
they're alienating their own fans in a way, in that sense. So that's my thought of it.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. You're sacrificing maybe the long-term fandomship for the quick money, and I don't know if that's the best thing. But then again, if you're in the position they're in now, which is basically, not a lot of work, not a lot of business, you do what you have to do,
True.
So I guess I kind of understand that.
Mhm. So with that new perspective, Mette, any extra thoughts or?
I don't know. I don't. It's sad that they're opening not in Japan in Tokyo because that's where I'd want to go to visit an AKB shop and an AKB cafe again. But I don't know what they were thinking. I hope it works out. I want it to work out. I want people to be able to get AKB merch easily, especially now that they're changing up their online shop as well,
Yeah.
and HKT's gotten their own online shop. And I guess if we're gonna go think of something positive for this, I want AKB to make it easier for us international fans again to buy merch. If you're gonna move in an AKB shop to China, then give us the opportunity to buy your merch online again.
Right.
But
Exactly.
oh, this actually reminded me of another thought. But how many? Is it actually possible that even in Japan, like that the shop and like the cafe was like more visited by Chinese people than the Japanese fans? Because well, the Japanese fans they know it exists, they've been there. So it's like I think Japanese fans might have taken that cafe a little too much for granted.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, I
So it's
I
like
don't know
they
about
didn't visit
that.
it, and that led to like I don't know, because I think if it, because like you said, like often like international fans would be there more than the Japanese ones, which could mean like international. It was like most of the money coming in there was from foreign fans, which I think it's still the wrong philosophy, and like, but I can see why that would lead to like, oh, most of the money here is coming from China. Let's just move the shop to China, even though that's wrong because like they I don't think they will visit it particularly much in China because it's like, oh, I'm going to go to Japan to see AKB48, and in the meantime, I'm also going to visit that shop.
Hmm. Well, I think the shop was probably the closest they would get to seeing AKB here in Japan because they really do have a no foreigner policy here, and that includes
Mhm.
Chinese. You good luck ever seeing an AKB show here if your name doesn't end in a vowel and is Japan and you're not Japanese. I mean, you're screwed. So like you really have to pull some serious trickery to get into an AKB show
Yeah, I did.
as a
I did. I did. I got in with a couple tickets with Japanese lady friends. So
Yeah. So the other thing is too is if you go like I don't know if Stage 48 still has it up. I've mentioned it before, but like there if you read like some of the archive like chat like or not archived like blog this what
forum
forums.
Threads?
posts. Forum posts.
I mean, you want to talk about an amazing story of like a couple like foreigners going right when the theater was like, you had to line up at 5 in the morning to get into a noon show. Like it really gravitated towards this like really cool Akihabara thing to like what it is today, which is basically like servicing those 250 something Japanese fans in Tokyo that could get into those theaters, and that's about it. Although again, I'm generalizing and I don't have any statistics to prove any of this, but just from my own observations, yeah, whenever I go to the cafe or when I did, a lot of foreigners, a lot of tourists, a lot of curious people. But that was more on the shopping side. When you actually go into the cafe side, it's a lot of it's Japanese because the thing is they have two parts of the cafe. They had like the one side where you can just sit and order drinks and hang out and you could trade your coasters because every time you got in
Yeah,
there and you
true.
ordered drinks, you get
Hmm.
coasters um, with the idols on it, or you get to the theater side where they have a big screen up and back in the day they used to have AKB members go there and do like regular I don't know if it was daily but like lives
Oh, right,
like
right.
variety things. Now they basically would just show they would just show like concerts on the big screen. They'd have contests and things like that. You have to be Japanese to understand that. So everybody in there was basically Japanese because you can't participate if you're not Japanese. None of the cafe staff, none of them speak English. So it was kind of like if you were there and you were not Japanese, but you knew Japanese, then I guess you were an exception. So the majority were Japanese, almost not, I'd say probably 99% any given day.
True.
On the shopping side, everybody and their mother, because right when you come out of Electric Town exit, there was a cafe. So you get every single tourist that goes to the very famous part of Akihabara stops by the cafe. So, oh, what's this? It's this beautiful oh, look at all this weird stuff. What are these girls? Why is this girl's face on this idol pillow? Why is this pillow almost $100? I think I'll buy it. It seems funny. I mean, it's just, you know what I mean?
I think you're. Well, I believe you in that there were Japanese fans like in there on the more on that side, but I still think that still shows that the real money is still coming from like the foreign fans, because they are the ones like going into the store and buying stuff. Meanwhile, the ones like sitting there watching stuff, yeah, sure, they'll maybe buy a drink or something, but like it's not actually, they aren't actually, shoveling out the same amounts.
Right, because they're there regularly.
And while I still agree, I still think like, it's kind of a weird decision to move it in China, because I don't actually think that it will make the same numbers there, and it's also going to miss like, the regular fans actually coming there and making it like the thing that it is. But like, I can see why they did it, but I think they didn't think it through enough, basically.
Actually,
they just looked at the numbers, but not at
true.
the like reasoning and all that.
Right.
Actually, I've got a personal story or personal anecdote from the AKB48 cafe when I visited. Actually, I remember standing in line and going inside basically, and the waitress had this big, scared look in her eyes because she thought she had to speak English basically, and she was really scared that it would be a rough transaction basically in a sense. But I never saw a big sign of relief when I started to ask questions in Japanese, and she was like, "Phew, I don't have to speak English. I don't have to speak English." That's the facial expression she gave me basically, and for some reason she became a lot opener to me, which was pretty fun. But it's true though. The staff doesn't speak. Yeah, the staff doesn't.
For some reason, you totally don't know the reason why.
No, but it's more like the staff really can't speak English at all, and that sigh of relief, I could actually hear it fly past me basically. So it was more like it was enjoyable, and she had fun in the end because she didn't have to speak English basically. So yeah, those the not necessarily rumors, but it's more like it's actually a fact that they don't speak or barely speak English. So which was quite interesting actually. So, but I'm not going to go into the food because it's really bad.
Yes,
it's
that
really
food
bad.
is not good.
I got my own experiences. Derek has his experiences. Both Gino and Robin have their experiences also. Yeah,
I've
overall
eaten there
it's bad.
too.
They've
Well,
eaten
I
there.
ate there with Derek, so
Yeah.
Yep, you remember. So yeah, it was. It's an experience. That's a nice way of putting it. That's why I only go in there and I get the drinks because I really just want the coasters. But like, you don't. You good luck if you want to risk your health and life on their food. So I don't know. I wonder if that'll make it over to China. Like if like they'll still have like the wacky menu items.
Yeah, the one thing that stood me by that I think Robin or Gino said was ketchup basically spaghetti with ketchup. And that's it.
Basically, yeah.
Wow.
Crazy business, man.
Staying with AKB48 though, in about 2 weeks there's going to be an esports meet. So basically esports with the members. So anyone wants to go into that? Maru?
Wait, what? It's what?
yeah, there's gonna be like it's not Twitch because that's the only streaming platform I know, but there's something new that they're gonna have individual streams for each team. So Team A is a team, and then Team B is a team, and then they're gonna or compete in mobile app games or something, and like Dobon, they're gonna have a tournament with Dobon against each other, and you can buy individual tickets. And I think actually we as foreigners can buy tickets and watch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's
Because
a esport Undokai.
oh, nice. What is it known what games they're going to be playing then?
Well, it's Dobon, and then I showed Maria one of the games that looks like it's cursed or something. There's a survival game of some sorts where a bunch of people is together, and then someone or something is trying to kill you, and you are trying to survive. But it's not Among Us.
Oh,
Something
it's
else.
something like Dead by Daylight or Friday 13th. That type of game?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice. Maru, your
Yeah,
thoughts?
Very
It looks spooky. I like it.
Yeah.
And like overall, I think this event is a step in the right direction. Like seriously, like it's high time for them to move more online, and they've been doing that with YouTube and that, but they've still been like chopping the tip, like only dipping the toes in a bit. Like maybe we can do this, but this is like them actually trying, which I really appreciate, and I really hope it does turn out well.
Mm.
Derek, your thoughts?
I mean, hey, I'm all for it. I mean, if it's gonna give the members a chance to perform and give some new life breathing into the AKB system, that's great. Again, I think it's important to have major idols so that at least there's some better way for people to be introduced to idols because of their presence and their reach and everything. It's one day COVID will not be forcing people to be stuck in their own countries. And so when they're able to come here, it would be really, really great if many, 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 many more people knew about the idol world and I could see them at the shows. And and AKB is a big gateway. They're like the marijuana of idol. Like you basically that's your first introduction to this crazy drug habit that we all have when it comes to idol. And so it's like the more they can reach, the better. And also when you're putting it out there in the streams, that's accessible in a lot of other ways. From a lot of like you don't got to worry about getting a ticket to get into the donkey in
Yeah,
Akiba. You
true.
could just get the live stream. I'm assuming. I don't know. I don't know the system or how it goes, but I'm assuming it's easy. Yeah.
Meta?
I don't
Anything?
know yet.
Oh,
You're not sure. Oh, okay.
But I managed to download the app on my phone,
okay.
and I
Mm.
think it's just following the steps to buying the ticket, and then you watch the stream on your phone or your, I don't know, tablet or something.
Is it an
Mhm.
APK or is it in the
No,
Play
it's
Store?
in my iTunes store for Norway, so I'm guessing it's in yours as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'm using an Android phone, so I have to check it out.
It's called
Otherwise,
Open Rec or something.
that sounds interesting, yeah. But you mentioned earlier every group has their own shop now. Got more
Well,
details about that?
well, no, B&K has their own shop. It's super tiny.
No,
I
I
think
was
maybe you.
talking about the website and the new
Oh
online
yeah.
shops.
Well,
So
yeah.
every
HBT has their own one. I think NGT has their own now because they went with the same company,
uh,
didn't they?
I think so,
Mercury.
yeah. Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So they've gone apart, and then I think they're going off by
Ah,
completely
oh,
and doing
Bouilly,
something new.
okay. But the new shops, will they ship internationally or?
I don't know, but I don't think so. It didn't look like it.
Oh, because that was so easy with Bouilly,
Yeah.
actually, because they actually ship towards both Europe and the US as well. So that was quite convenient. So if it's not to be good, if it's not going to be the case, it's going to be actually harder to get merch, basically. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure
So
if
everyone should
yeah.
become B&K fans instead, and we can buy from them.
Yeah,
Oh,
could be. Oh, someone is gone. Yeah, just continuing on though. Um, I think she's reconnecting. Yeah, there
yeah.
you go.
Oh, yeah, I'm back. Hey.
Oh, there
Okay,
you are.
there you are. No, so yeah, Maru, you mentioned something earlier on the day. Ice One is going to have a comeback.
Yes, they announced that like they are in the last stages of like album production. They are going to have a comeback in December, and that's all the info we have right now. I think like just yeah, it's happening.
Okay,
We're
you think?
almost
Yay.
like well, so I think like yeah, the album is ready. I don't think the music video is filmed yet, although we even like quite a bit back, we all know fans noticed that they have changed hair colors. so the music video might already be filmed as well.
Wow.
So I'm really excited.
Yeah. Think it's going to be the final comeback, or is there one more after this one?
Oh, this reminds me of another announcement Swing, the company, made.
Oh.
That the date of disbandment is still in discussion, essentially.
Oh, really? So, a bit of a glimmer of hope, or not, or your thoughts? I think Maru is gone for now. Maru, you
So
mind
I
holding?
think
I'm going.
they're.
Oh.
Oh no,
I'm
she's
going
back.
again. Oh, I'm here. Yeah, it essentially means they are probably discussing for an extension right now.
Ooh.
So I hope they get it. I seriously do. And it won't just be like Starship saying, no, we want Wonyoung and Yujin back now.
Yeah, true. So it's going to be interesting if it's. So how long the extension is going to be? Like half a year or a year, or your thoughts?
We don't know. Well, it could literally be anything. I think Swing is going to go for as long as the companies will give them. They will want it, like, ideally, I think they would ask for a year or even more, but I think they are going to get a few months at most. Like, I think 6 months will be the most we can get, if we even get an extension.
Derek, you think they're going to extend, or it's more like unlikely, likely?
I don't know enough about it to even comment, man. I'm sorry. Like we're reaching some places I honestly couldn't even begin to tell you anything about. Like I guess I don't know. I have zero knowledge of their politics or how they work. So I'm all ears at this point. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm just a passenger on this one.
Okay, gotcha. No
Yeah.
problem.
Oh, and like in the K-pop side, there's
Yeah.
always also I've talked about this before, but the SM's new girl group, aespa, that has like virtual counterparts for all the members.
Yeah.
We've got an official debut date now.
Oh.
It's on the 17th, so just 1 week away.
Oh, really?
We've gotten teasers for like all the members. We know the positions.
Uh-huh.
We have like 2 Koreans, 1 Chinese, and 1 Korean Japanese who
Oh,
grew
nice.
up in Japan, but went to an international school, so she's also fluent in English. So
Ooh, nice.
so a trilingual queen. Yeah, and she's also the main rapper, and she has like this low voice, and she's like a bad girl, I would say, the bad girl of the group, because
Oh.
there's like this pre-debut picture of her floating around where she's like flipping off the camera.
What the? What? Really?
I think it's from like a
Amazing.
group picture, and they were probably all doing like something wild, but yeah, it really seems fun.
Is there?
And
Yeah.
then there's no,
Is there a song teaser or not yet?
no song teaser yet, just members teasers, and like we've also seen like all of that virtual counterparts, so to
Uh-huh.
say, which has been really interesting. And I'm really excited to see how they work with like the virtual counterparts concept and like how they use them. Will they just leave it like, oh, in these music videos they sometimes turn like 3D or something, or will they like actually make merch off of it, actually content off of it? I hope they do. Like it will be really interesting to see how they work with it.
Kind of hoping if there's going to be concerts and such. I'm not sure if any of you have been to the Hatsune Miku concert with the holographic 3D, basically. I'm kind of hoping if there is going to be lives or concerts, it's going to be part holographic 3D and actual members, which would.
Yeah, they could use that would be amazing. Like they could even have like the holographic members and the real members like on stage at the same time. And oh, the possibilities are honestly endless. Yeah. And the members are also beautiful, and yeah, the main vocal Ning Ning, I think she has such a beautiful voice. She has what I call like a Disney princess voice. It's like really clear and it's beautiful.
Derek, your thoughts about the 3D versus real life dynamic this new group is going to have?
I mean, I think it's cool. Like I think it's really cool if you know, groups can expand in any different way, including like incorporating 3D. Like this group is basically all 3D, or what is the deal?
Well, the members are like real people, but they all have virtual 3D counterparts as well.
Right.
Like,
Okay. I mean, yeah. I'm all. Sorry. Go ahead.
I can send a teaser picture where they are both like both of the like the virtual and the real member are there.
It's all good. Like, yeah. Like, I mean, I guess it will be cool to see it play out. I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess so. They have like avatars basically of themselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting. I mean, hey, I'm all for innovation. I'm all for creativity. So if it works, great. I will say though that there's an old saying in Idol. Ah, okay, I see. Thank you. Very cool. I will say in Idol, like, although I don't know if this really applies what we're talking about, but maybe it's a good chance to bring it up since it's more what I know. That they say that if, like, you know, if like real life is like is what do we say, like anime is 2.0 and real is what 3.0 3D.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so idols are 2.5D. Like they're basically like in this middle place between real and not, because we project such fantasy on them that they're practically anime. And that's like, it's actually in my documentary, one of the episodes that for my doc is starts out talking about that idea, that concept, because it was a very prevalent idea like early on when like idols sort of were becoming a bigger thing than just these girls that were behind the management wall, and you can never really connect with them. So basically, right when AKB exploded and stuff, and you know the whole concept of meeting idols in person became like a real thing. You know, the idols sort of they sort of became more 3D, I'd say, now than ever before. But for a long time we've always looked at them as 2.5, like basically, you know, there but fantasy. You're never quite sure what you're really seeing as the truth. So this is kind of a neat take on that. I would think that would be cool. I don't think that's the case just from looking at this picture, but I would say like I if it works, you know, great. I mean, what's better than one idol? You can have two, especially if it's the duplicate. That's twice. It's
Yep.
twice. Like, it'd be funny if they like stole Checky for the 3D idol and then also, you know, the regular. But I don't know. I'd have to see it more. I'm still not really firmly understanding how they're gonna approach it. So
Yeah, really curious about the first MV then. It's going to be members,
right.
full members, or it's going to be half 3D, half full members. Any idea, Mare?
Well, from the teaser so far, it's been like mostly the real members, and then there's like glimpses or like of the virtual members, and so I think the
Hmm.
music video will be more or less the same, because or like and even if there will be like short like sections where we only see the virtual members, I think it will be more like there will be a movement from the real member, and then we will see like the virtual member like in the same position doing the same movement and continuing it and like that, to like really emphasize that they really are like the same, they're counterparts, so to say.
See, that's a cool idea, but again, I don't know. Perfume did something like this like 15 years ago. Like I remember Perfume put out a song. Oh my god, it's been so long. But I remember there was this crazy YouTube video of this like kind of a small release event for the song. Like,
Uh-huh.
it's not your typical Perfume Tokyo Dome stadium size event.
Uh-huh.
And I remember the girls, the Perfume girls who were on the stage, they started dancing. It was for Hurly Burly. Hurly Burly is the name of the song. And and so they got on the stage and were singing for Hurly Burly, and like all of a sudden three more girls that looked like Perfume came on the stage, and then you realize the girls you were watching were holograms, and nobody knew. Like, they had it set up so perfectly with the lighting, you couldn't tell. And I mean, I'm watching this video, I'm like, wait a minute, there's six. How, what is going, like, my brain exploded. And then next thing I know, everybody started doing this. Like, I want to say there was like a real famous American concert or something where they did like Tupac,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they had
yeah.
Tupac Shakur
Yeah.
back. And same type of concept, right? But I mean, Perfume did it first. They did it like 15 years ago.
Well,
So
this been
if
has been
there's,
done a lot, to be honest, like all over the
yeah,
world, so
now
so
if,
it's like the techno but I think like the technology has advanced, and there's so many cool things you can do with it, and like there have been other virtual groups before, and like you said, there have been like groups that have done the same thing for like temporarily, but they are trying to do it like as their whole thing. That's their
Thing,
thing.
right?
They have their counterparts, but like with them, the counterparts they have a very recognizably different from like the real members. Like some fans like complain that oh their avatars aren't like realistic, so to say, and to which I always reply, well they aren't real. That's the point.
Well, the thing is, though, it's like, I mean, actually, I should correct myself. Hatsune Miku was like probably the first
Yeah.
virtual idol, virtual whatever.
Yeah.
But I would say like to take an artist like Perfume and they replicated themselves. They're the first ones I ever saw do that. At least, and they surprised that the HE double hockey sticks out of everybody. Like they really did. So I would say like that's pretty cool. And I mean, I'm curious. I'm definitely curious. So I'd like to see it. But we'll see.
If done right, it'll be amazing. But it could
Exactly.
also be, but it could also be a huge disappointment if it's just, yeah.
Execution is the key on this.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially like, when you actually look at like the technology to do this and stuff. Like the closer you are to the stage, the less you're gonna believe that, and so you really have to like understand how to project that. Because I actually thought it would be really cool to like. I'm not just saying this. I'm really not like I have nothing to gain by lying on this matter. But a long time ago, after I saw the Perfume like that performance of Hurly Burly, and literally my mind like was dripping on my ears. I couldn't take it anymore. It was the most amazing. That's why I loved them for so long, because they would always do innovative stuff like that. But I wanted to create an idol group that was all holograms, like not real, like but like a group. And then I looked into the technology to do that, and I realized, yep, I can't do that. It's like beyond expensive to even project one girl, let alone a group. I mean, it like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for less than a 20-minute performance. For one hologram. I mean, because there's just so much that goes into getting that hologram to look just right. And so, like the Tupac thing, for example, I don't even want to know how much that cost. That had to cost so like millions, because it was so much to it. So I don't know. I'm curious how they're going to keep it going, knowing the expenses. Now, again, that was a long time ago. Now, like you said, Maria, like it might be way advanced now. There might be a lot more easier things to do. I mean, heck, they might just have a little button they press and like little hologram shoots out of a
Yeah.
pen. Who knows?
Yeah,
You
and
know?
it isn't as if SM is like not able to fork out the money because they do have so many massively successful groups.
Oh, there you go. They want to try something
and like
new.
yeah, and they have hands like in every pie imaginable. Like not only idols, like actors, comedians, variety show hosts, TV shows in general, everywhere.
I hear you.
Nice.
I mean, good for them, I guess. Must be nice.
Going back to the Sakamichi group, on the latest episode of the Sakurazaka variety show called Bagata Sakurazaka, so-called Bagata Sakurazaka, there was actually something that AKBingo used to do, and that is the Lucky Girl ranking.
Oh,
Really?
interesting.
Yes, I'm going to name the top 5, and I kind of am curious about your thoughts. So on number 5 we have Matsuda Rina. On number 4 we have Kobayashi Yui. On number 3 we have Yamazaki Ten. Number 2 is Watadame Risa. And number 1 is Morita Hikaru. So for me personally, most of them are familiar names, and especially names like Kobayashi Yui and Watadame Risa, which were part of the old Keyakisaka 46 group. But I'm curious about Morita Hikaru. She seems to be the new pushed center for now. So any thoughts about it, Maru?
Oh, Hikaru, she's amazing on stage. Like she's really tiny. She's like actually really short, and but she's not like cute short. She's short, but she's not cute, so to say. She hates acting cute. She's more like this powerful vibe to her, and she really gives it her all on stage, which is the Sakura or Gayaki Sakura style, And well, she's the perfect center for this, I would say. Like, she was the best choice for it. Like, you could tell from the way back that she was going to be the next center. It was down to her and Hono, and then like somewhere along the way they dropped Hono, probably when Techi left the group because Hono and Techi were really close. So I imagine maybe Techi was pushing Hono or something, and then Tenchan that popped up, and then there was Tenchan to rank third, right? Yamazaki.
Awesome.
DX?
Yeah.
10 ranked third, yeah. So
Yamazaki 10 is the third, yeah. Yamazaki 10 is 10.
Yeah.
The third,
So
sorry.
she was also, she was going to rank high because, well, she's one of the centers, and that's how the Lucky Girl rankings go. They push members rank high. The only surprise there was like who ranked fifth, who was
Matsudarina.
Matsudarina. She was obviously like the wild card put in there. I think she's the main candidate to be like, well, she's kind of like the leader of second gen, I would say, and kind of a Yuka lookalike. Well, a bit, like, and yeah, she's sometimes fun, sometimes boring. She's just there to like make it like not too obviously just the pushed girls.
Yeah, that's true. Mette, any thoughts?
I recognize the same names as you, so. But I would like to watch it anyways because Lucky Girl was always one of the most fun things to watch. Those reactions and stuff.
It was just a really short segment in the episode. It wasn't like a full thing.
It wasn't like the old AK Bingo Lucky Girls with the big list and such. It was relatively small actually, so.
Aww.
Derek, your thoughts about the names and perhaps the reasoning behind it?
I mean, I same as Matt, same as you. I don't know the new lineup. I'm really out of the loop, and so like, Risa. I've always thought she was okay. I guess. I mean, that's really the only one I could even probably identify in a lineup. I'm assuming the new girls are okay. I mean, one thing about Kei Kazaka is they never had a problem finding good girls to like be in their ranks as far as like girls that can get pretty memorable for you even after one encounter with them. The fact they have a variety show is good because that, as we all know, that's the perfect formula to know an idol really well. Sad that most groups don't do that, but I understand on some level because it costs so much money, it's hard to do, and the payout's probably nothing except marketing, I guess. But even that, to that regard, I guess it pays dividends if you watch enough and you start falling in love with the groups, or you become an idol fan because of the variety show, as was the case with me and many,
Yes.
many, many others. So, I don't know. I wish them luck. I don't know. I want to be more in tune with what they're doing, but at the same time, I also don't really care because like they haven't impressed me so far. You know what I mean?
I have to start spamming you all with the new girls because some of them are honestly like of the new second gens. Masumata Kira, she's crazy, she's insane, she's energetic, she's absolutely stunning, like a visual like no other. And
Nice.
I can't stress this enough, she's insane, she's crazy. Like when they had advice from like a fortune teller, she didn't get it answered, but her question was, how can I stop people from calling me a bother? Essentially, she's too energetic and she just annoys the shit out of everyone.
Oh wow.
Very cool.
Awesome.
I tend to go for idols like that because like Tani Mark is like that, and like she's really like super annoying to many idols, but she's also like super funny because she has that like I don't care personality. Like, have you ever seen Tani on like the radio, the taped like SK radio shows where it's like her and another girl, and the other girl's like practically running for her life because Tani gets like the more the show goes on, the more crazier she gets. I think one episode it was spent her chasing one of the idols from SK all around the talk radio room, and like it literally was just her chasing this girl because this girl like was trying to get away from Tani, and it was hysterical because it's like she has the power to take over an entire conversation. So if that girl's like that, I'll probably like her.
Speaking of Tani, I remember her in a radio show where she was the one that got chased basically. I'm not sure.
There was that too. Yeah.
I can't remember which member it was, but I saw the footage on YouTube, and she was actually running away from this girl because I'm not sure why, but it was funny to see in any case. I forgot the
Tables
name though.
returned. Yeah, I think
Basically, the
somebody
tails returned. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody saw this was like, I ain't gonna let this happen to me, because Tani like hunts. She hunts you. She gets to like little, like Pankuse type girls on there, and they're just no match for her. And so like she just stalks them like prey, and then by like 10 minutes into the radio show, they're done. Like they don't know what to do. Like they're overwhelmed by Tani's bizarre sense of logic and just everything else about her that makes no sense. The more you get her talking. And I don't know, and that's why I think she's the best idol like ever. But I don't know, she's been so out of the spotlight too. I feel bad, like again, without no variety programs to like fuel that insanity. I wonder how she's doing. I wonder what she's doing. Like
Yes,
I'm
exactly.
much, you know.
Yeah, sometimes I watch old episodes of HKT48 no Odakake, and
Crack up.
she really shone in that program basically.
But SKE, man, the Abby show?
Every
Well,
show,
like,
yeah. Because
oh
every
my
show, yeah.
god, oh my god, her and the
Kauton.
one.
Kauton.
Yeah, and then and Tani is always sparring with what Okamura with not
Okubo,
Okamura
Okubo,
the
Okubo.
Okubo. Yeah, like too funny. So funny, so funny.
Yeah, but like definitely try to watch a bit more of the Sakurazaka content, because the second gens are definitely so much better at variety than the first gen girls. Like they are like, how long have they been in a group? Like a year, a bit over that, like a
Uh-huh.
year and a half. Some of them have been like half a year in the group, and like they are already, some of them are like rivaling or doing even better than the first gen girls at variety, who are, well, notoriously bad at it. And
Wow.
like the most popular of the second gens, of the new second gens, also Norei,
Uh-huh.
at one point on Geakite, she even had like at the end of the episodes her own segment, because they discovered a really hilarious ability she has. She always takes notes of things,
Uh-huh.
and she has the ability to sum up an episode in a very accurate, but at the same time very not accurate way. It's like, what the lesson did you take away from this episode? And it's always just the most random thing somebody said that is like something, no, don't actually think that.
Nice.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, since we actually passed the hour mark by now, so yeah, any recommendations you guys want to share? Meta.
Well, on Friday there's the new LYRA MV, so everyone should check that out. And there is another roadshow coming, and there are birthday stages this weekend in the theater. So those of you who can watch those should do that. And we had 2 graduation announcements this
Oh.
past week from FIFA and Kang.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe go send them some nice messages on Facebook or Instagram.
For sure.
Are they going to stay active as an idol or as artists or?
Well, FIFA is going to debut as a Thai country folk singer
Mm-hmm.
genre type of artist. I've seen the name of the genre, but I can't pronounce it. But
Okay.
she's apparently really good at singing it, so she's gonna do
Sounds
that. And Kang, I don't actually know her plans straight after graduation, but both of them are staying with IM
Oh, okay.
for now, at least.
Uh-huh.
So
Awesome.
I don't think they'll disappear completely.
Gotcha.
Right
Maru,
on.
anything you want to share?
Well, of course, look forward to Asper's debut in a week. There is also my all-time favorite idol, who is male, so I know most of you won't care about this, but still, check it out. My all-time favorite idol, Kai. He is debuting solo soon, so if that comes out, everybody check it out. Or I will know if you don't. I will know.
Now, as for me, Stone Music has just uploaded a video about the history of Ice One, and it's fully English subtitled as well, so it's really interesting to watch.
Wow. Very cool.
And this is just before the rumors of the extension or not. So I would say give that a watch and comment and just let it know that you want the group to extend their presence basically. So that's my recommendation. So Derek, take the floor, man. It's all yours.
Wait, Maria, who's the idol that you're really happy about that's making a debut? Because I think we were laughing when you said the name, and I just want others to hear it in case they want to look them up.
EXO's Kai.
Kai, okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I think that's great. And again, for all the K-pop fans out there too, please leave comments, for us if you want to talk about groups, even the boy groups. It's fine, it's cool. They're idols too, and I mean, again, admittedly, I think some of us maybe not be more into that, but Maria's into it, so we're into it. So I'm happy to support it, and also too, like the guy can dance. I'm all about that. Like I like anybody that's creative and does their creativity really well. I don't care if you're a guy, girl, animal, in between, whatever. Just be creative and you're cool. You know what I mean? Like I live for that. So that's very cool. I'm actually very curious about like Maria after this, like maybe send me a link of like his like best like hardest like oh my god, this is crush like song. I really like I've seen some K-pop songs where like the dudes just destroyed it. Like I couldn't even believe what I was seeing. It was so good. And I'm thinking, man, the girls, oh, they got a lot of competition there, man, in Korea.
EXO are,
Yeah.
honestly, in my opinion, unbeatable live. They are the
I
kings of vocals in K-pop. They are the live performances. Like, if I could pick one concert I could go to in my life, I would go to an EXO concert.
there
Like,
you go.
without blinking an eye.
Oh, you said blank. I'd be careful about using that word in the same sentence. So anyways, no, I would say this, for me, I'm totally in the opposite spectrum lately. I've just been incredibly busy with the Chica stuff because now the lives have picked up, so it's like every day I'm at a show. Sometimes I'm at 2-3 shows a day, because like I get asked to be Checky staff for a lot of idols now, which has been really very fun because I get to see a lot of different fan bases. Um, I was at a beautiful show the other night with the Lily Kaona, and it had Okinawa Sayachan and Kiss Hug Extreme, and just all it was one of the best shows ever. Like it was so beautiful. It was incredible. There was even an idol group there. I've never seen them before. They're really young, but they did a cover of Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody.
Wow, really?
Oh.
It was perfect. I mean, it was like it was unbelievable, and they even idolized it a little bit. And I thought, man, Freddie could be alive, man. Like it's just that's music, man. My jaw was on the floor watching these girls just crush it to Bohemian Rhapsody, an idol group, no less.
Nice.
So it was cool. But anyways, my recommendation, well, I guess very selfishly, so yeah, one of the idols I'm producing, Miho, her first single is done. Literally as of 9 o'clock tonight, the mixing and mastering is 100% completed.
Nice.
So we will be releasing the single very soon. I'm gonna have it up on Idol Underworld. I will wait to say the name of the single. I think Miho wants to. We just want to give it all at once. But I'm gonna have T-shirts, like wristbands, everything, like because it's my project. So of course I'm gonna have a lot of.
Nice.
But I do have a goal. Do you guys remember the very early days of AK Bingo when what was her name? Ohori?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Megumi.
Megumi
Oh,
Ori, yeah. Metan.
She had to sell a bunch of CDs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
10,000 or else graduation, basically, yeah.
oh,
We're not gonna do something quite that extreme, but I need to sell 5,000 CDs. If I sell 5,000 CDs, I will literally be able to pay for an entire year of work here at Idol Underworld. And that includes covering Miho's stuff, Kosame, the other idol that I'm producing, and the idol group that I'm producing that's coming out in April.
Nice.
It will literally cover everything. 5,000 CDs. That's it.
Nice.
So I know that this isn't exactly maybe the place where I'm going to find Chica Idol fans, but I do know that some of the people that come to the comment sections, they are Chica Idol fans. So I'm asking you guys to buy more than necessary, and I'll get to that in a moment. How I'm going to try to incentivize you to do that. But for all of you that are just casual fans, the guy who wrote Nogizaka 46 is a lot of their songs. He wrote the song. I know he's a good friend of mine, and so you're gonna get a Nogizaka 46 style song. So if you like Nogi, I guarantee you there might be something there for you with what Miho did. And then again, you might think not, but Miho nailed the vocals. When you record vocals in Japan, or a lot of times you'll hear they'll have like somebody that already sings the vocals. It's called a karayuta,
Mhm.
and basically it's somebody else's voice, and you try to match that voice. And so Miho did that. Like, she nailed it. And that's hard to do because a lot of times you get these really pro singers that come in. But Miho in a former life was a J-pop singer. So she took time off because, like I said before, her throat got all messed up. She had to have an
Uh-huh.
operation. She took many years to recover. Now she's back. And I mean, she's still really young, you know, so it's like she's still got her whole life ahead of her. But she she did way more than I could have possibly have asked her to do with this. We spent all day recording the vocals last week, and I mean, she killed it. And so I really want your guys' help on this, and I'm gonna offer some different versions. Like, there'll be Type A, Type B. We're gonna have, even though it's just a single, we'll have different things. Like Type A, it's regular. Type B, you get like a special checky. Well, I'll have a deluxe set. So if you guys can, all of you casual fans, if you guys can do that, another thing I can do, if you guys are interested, is maybe get Miho to come here,
Oh,
maybe possibly,
I'm all for it.
if you guys
So,
are okay with that. We can arrange it so that she can come here. We can do question and answers if you guys have anything you want to ask. She doesn't know any English, but we can, I think between all of us, between Matt and me and DX, I think we can try to help her, or it'll be funny to see what happens if we
yeah,
don't.
It'll
sure,
be
I'm
fu-
all
But
for it.
it'll be funny. It'll be funny to see me not understand you all talking.
no. I won't let that happen. You're just because you represent everybody that will probably be listening and won't understand either. So we will be translating everything in English if that happens. But I will say this. This is really important to me because after Miho, she actually has another song written by the guy from Nogizaka 46. He just kind of threw another one in there. He was so inspired.
Oh,
And
wow.
we're working on that song right now. The plan is to have 3 songs by Christmas, debut her live in January, but we might do an online live before that.
Oh,
And
cool.
on top of that, I have another idol, Kasame, who her first song is just about done.
Hmm.
She will be recording vocals for that soon. I wrote most of that song. I wrote about 90% of it. So it's ridiculous. It's stupid crazy. Like, it doesn't even make sense. But it's idol. There's some idol in there, but it's really extreme, like metal and grind, and then devolves into idol kind of. It's very powerful, and Kasame loves it. She's real happy with it. And then I need to sell her CDs. I don't need to sell as many, but either 2,500 of Miho and 2,500 Kasame, or 5,000 of Miho. But I'd rather just give it all to Miho because if she does this, literally it sets me free financially in terms of not having to worry about anything, in terms about like really having enough money to do what I need to do. That's not a lot of CDs, guys. So please, if you guys can help me, that's my recommendation. Get your wallets ready, and don't just buy one, buy 10, buy 20, buy 30. And I'll make it worth your while. Like, I'll have her sign every single one if that's what it takes for you guys to do. I mean, she's willing to do anything and everything to make this work. And in fact, in 2 days, we're going to be traveling very far to go finish up her photo shoot because she's putting out a photo book as well, and it's pretty out there. It's because it's me, of course, so of course it's gonna be weird. But it's she's also doing like full gravure, all of that. She's going even farther with the gravure than like Yuina did. My other idol I mean, she's going pretty much like fan service to the extreme, but she wants to do it. It's her decision. She's like, I'm going 100% at the idol. And I really want to do this. So she's looking at all of you AKB fans. She really is. And it's also something for me that's very personal because of doing this show for how many years, with 48 Talk and now this. I love all you idol fans, because how many times have we sparred back and forth on stuff, but at
Yeah,
the end of the
exactly.
day, we're always talking to each other. We're always like all the people in the comments, even all you lovely MNL fans, like I love you guys because we're all an idol community. Only think about this: if somebody in the outside world, like who's like a football fan, for example, if they went and listened to this podcast or checked out our comments, they wouldn't have any clue. They're like, "What are they? What is a checky? What is a mix?" They had no idea. So we speak a very common language amongst each other, and I purposely wanted to do something in the Nogizaka AKB world for all of you, and Miho is really my gift to all of you. So I'm really kind of appealing here, and I really want you guys to support this. So that's my selfish recommendation. Be on the
Awesome.
lookout. It's coming out real soon, like next week or two. So I'll be
Awesome.
having it up now.
Awesome. And with that, we've come to the end of this episode of Downtime with DX. So I would say bye, everyone.